Hey, Arroyo. I love that name. Arroyo loves Arrow.
How about that, man? When I first saw your name, I'm going, oh, really? What's that? So is this a stage name that you got and you just sat down one day and designed it?
Yeah, stage name. Yeah, I got it when I came out of the womb.
Okay.
Yes, that was my father's name. I'm only the fifth Raymond Arroyo, so I earned it.
That voice of yours, dude. Is this just your first album? I mean, you should have been with us along the way.
Well, you know what happens. This is something that I did as a young person. I sang. Music was always in my life, but performing sort of fell away when I went into journalism and writing.
Yeah.
So, but it's you use all of that. I was trained as an actor, so it's very natural to come back to this. Really.
When you had to make that choice, because I mean, I'm totally with you on that, because once I got into radio, everything else creative had to wait, because it was like, okay, dude, one thought per break. You can't
Right.
be doing everything.
Yeah. No, it limits you. I mean, in some ways it limits you. But look, I consider all of it storytelling. Whether I'm writing, whether I'm on TV, whether I'm here with you, it's all really storytelling. So when I was approached to do this Christmas album, Christmas Merry and Bright, I said, I don't know if I have anything new to bring to Christmas. I mean, everybody's already done it.
Yeah.
But we went back and I dug into the origin stories of all of these songs. I did a deep dive, and I mean context, who wrote it, when, why. And it changed my understanding, Arrow, of all of these songs, and in some ways deepened them. So I used that research to guide all of our new arrangements. Kevin Koska, who did The Greatest Showman, The Dark Knight,
yes.
Jungle Book, Lion King, all those things. His background as an arranger is in jazz and big bands. So he orchestrated 12 new songs for us, but he did so with the guidance that I discovered from doing this deep dive into these songs. So we've restored, I like to think we've resituated the songs in their natural setting with a big band accompaniment. And I like that classic sound. I don't like to hear Christmas done in rap or,
Right.
Other genres. I mean, some of them are nice, but by and large, I like that classic big band sound is what I hear in my head when I think Christmas.
Oh my God, you must be on my DJ tour, because as a mobile entertainer, when it comes to Christmas music, I don't go to the rap. I don't go to those things. I want something as full as this, and I think that's the reason why I'm so attached to Christmas Merry and Bright, is because I know that people will enjoy this.
Yeah, no, well, it's amazing. It's really, I am amazed, Arrows, how it's caught on. I mean, we have been on the Billboard jazz charts and the holiday charts for weeks. We were at the top. We are still at the top of Amazon's #1 jazz release for months. And I attribute that to the audience. With music, people feel something. It's the feeling that's being evoked. And I think they're craving joy. I think they're craving something that's both familiar and new. And that's what Christmas is. And when you get that big band accompaniment, when you situate it in that way, and I try to impart the lyrics in a way that are, I hope, both smart, with a bit of a smile, with some intelligence, it gives it something new. And it's the perfect time at a very dark period in our world. We need as much light and joy as we can find. And boy, do these guys bring it. 20 pieces, the NOLA players. They're just incredible.
Oh my God, you just saying that, because, everybody's been talking about how this is supposed to be the Roaring 20s. But when you get an album like this, all of a sudden I feel like we are back in the Roaring 20s, and we can celebrate this holiday season. And what you're proving inside this storybook with the Christmas Merry and Bright is the fact that you can take a song like Jingle Bells, which has got one hell of a dark side, and it's a drinking song, and yet you make it so positive.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of fun. Well, look, when you realize, a guy named James Lord Pierpont wrote that song. He wrote it in the 1850s in a tavern in Medford, Massachusetts. Now, Medford was known for rum production. And the other thing they were known for was drag races down Salem Street in the snow.
Yeah.
So the song is really a girl chasing, drinking, drag racing song. That's what it is. And you can pretend it's something otherwise. And look, we all have. It's not even called Jingle Bells. The song is actually One Horse Open Sleigh.
Really?
But with the third verse, Arrow, is the giveaway. Now the field is white. Go it while you're young. Take the girls tonight and sing this sleighing song. I mean, it's right there. And Fanny Bright, remember, he took remember the first verse is a day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride. I asked Miss Fanny Bright to sit on my side. I mean, they could have named her Sarah Jones. Why Fanny Bright? I'll leave it there.
When you went into that theater, did you have a conversation with the walls and with the seats and things? Because you got to be in there when there was nothing going on. And I mean, did you have a relationship with that theater?
Well, you mean in New Orleans where we recorded it?
Yes.
We went into Le Petit is an old theater. It's been there really for more than 100 years, 200 years. And I'd known the house, and it was an intimate house right in the French Quarter, right near Jackson Square. And we chose that because I couldn't get 20 pieces into a recording studio. It was too jammed there. So we went to this little theater. So I knew it well. It was very at home. And for us, it became like a reunion site. It was a place, many of the guys in my band, these guys have been playing together for 20 and 30 years. They backed Aretha Franklin and Johnny Mathis and Ray Charles. So when they get together, but they've known each other since high school in some cases. So when they get together, there's a brotherhood that's instantaneous. And I really just rode that wave. And we found our New Orleans groove, and off we went. It was fun. It was, and you can't fake that, Arrow.
Right.
You can't fake joy. You can't fake that rhythm. That it's in the pocket, they call it. And we were in the pocket on every song. It was just amazing.
Well, listeners need to understand that you've got a lot of videos up there that really embrace this music journey that you're on. Because and the thing about it is, so ever since I watched Get Back with the Beatles, I want every musician to give me their story. I want to experience it like you guys were doing it, and to see everybody together recording this music. Oh my God, it's like unity, like we're not used to.
Right. No. You can feel it. I mean, it's why I wanted, I'm going on the road with the guys. We're going on a 5-city tour, starting in Phoenix on Thanksgiving weekend. And then we're in Dallas at the House of Blues with Jose Feliciano. And then we go to Tampa and Cleveland. Frankie Avalon's joining me in Cleveland. And then we wind up, it's the most incredible tour. Arrow, at the end, we're at the Raymond Auditorium on December 21st. Jose Feliciano, the band, and me. I mean, it's like a dream. You don't get that kind of not only unity, but communication through music. There are people that play together, and I've heard a lot of people play together, but they don't play as one. This group plays as one. Yeah. And it was just, you'll feel it. It's an explosion of joy and a real celebration. Yeah. And that's what I wanted to take to people live, because it's on the album, and it's the reason the album is connected, I think. Yeah.
I wish you could see my notes. It says, real musicians, real horns. In this AI generation, I'm getting goosebumps from real musicians.
Yeah. I love it. Well, I did too. And originally they said, look, it's cheaper if you record the band, let them record for a day, and then you come back later and spend a few days in the, box and do your vocals. I didn't want to do that, Arrow, because I wanted the connection with the band, and that allows you to change things, move things. They accommodate you, you accommodate them. You get out of the way, you take the extra beat so you can start the note early. There are little things you can't do when you pre-record a band, and you don't have the connection. So I'm so proud. This is why Frank Sinatra and Nat King Cole recorded with their orchestras. It gives you a certain dynamism and unity and wholeness that you don't get otherwise. And Christmas Merry and Bright has that. And it's a rare album that is recorded in this way today. Everything is either pre-recorded or run through sound fix. And, we didn't do any of that. It's very raw. Oh. It's a very honest, raw album, and I love it.
In this place in music history, you bring up Frank Sinatra and Bing Crosby, but I have to ask, how many people are saying, yeah, but Raymond, I'm hearing Harry Connick Jr., I'm hearing Michael Bublé in your voice. Are you getting any of those vibes?
Well, no, I don't think about any of that. And
really?
Certainly not Harry. Harry grew up around the corner from my grandfather's restaurant. I've known Harry a long time. So I don't. You have to do your own thing. And look, I don't pretend that I wasn't inspired by Frank Sinatra. And I mean, I saw Frank like 30 times in concert. I love Frank Sinatra. But what I love about Sinatra is his phrasing, his understanding of a lyric. So you never want to impersonate anybody. That's a dead end. But you take the great things that they've given you. It's like a little tradition handed on. but his understanding of the lyric and his phrasing are unmatched. So that's really what I took from Sinatra. So if you're hearing something, that evokes memories of somebody else, that I'm not attempting. But it's just my expression of me and my voice. But certainly taking those lessons that I picked up from Sarah Vaughan and Ella Fitzgerald, all of whom I saw live. Yeah. Barbara Cook, the great Barbara Cook, who a lot of people probably don't know, one of the great singers of the American songbook in the 20th century, certainly. That it's the understanding that is lacking today, and that live touch. And so that's what we're trying to bring back and preserve. We
got to talk about this 5-city tour, because I want to know how you're going to physically keep those vocals in shape, and what have you learned from the greats that when you're out there that you're not going to some football game and things, but that those vocal cords for 5 nights, that's all I need you for, Raymond. 5 nights, take care of that voice.
Well, when I decided to do the album again, I went back into training. Okay. I went to a vocal coach sometimes twice a week. I run my chords every day. I do my scales. So there are things you do to preserve the voice and rediscover where to place it, how to breathe again. Yeah. But once that's done, you're off to the races. Then you just relax in it. No, I don't push it. I don't go and scream and yell and do crazy things. So I will be fine for those 5 dates. So long as I don't get some horrible infection, pray for me. Christmas will be merry and bright on that tour.
Please come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for you.
Arroyo, thank you so much.